everyone, it's Claire from The Planning Guide, and today I think we're going to do something a little bit different. So people have contacted me through my website, which is theplanningsguide.co.uk, and quite a few questions that were coming up were around what is all the planning for? What's the end result? Why do you do this for yourself, for other people? And my main answer to those questions is the memories. Making really lovely family or group Disney memories is one of my favourite things to do, and it's what I'm trying to help other people get as well. So I thought, what better way to answer that question in full than sharing with you some of my and my family's top memories from our Disney holidays. So I'm going to do this over two videos. I've split it. One is going to be a Disneyland Paris video and one is going to be a Disney World video. Both will be the top 10, and I'm going to do it in reverse to how I normally do the hints, tips and steps. I'm going to do it where we're counting to number one to that top memory. So if you want to find out what my top memory is at Disneyland Paris and Disney World, please stay to the end of this video. So in this video, it's going to be my top 10 memories of Disney World, Florida in America. For this video, I thought as we're doing memories and reminiscing, I would put on a little 90s retro jumper. So this is my Hercules jumper that my husband got me for my birthday a couple of years ago from Shop Disney. Back then it was the Disney store. I haven't seen it available for a little while, but they do tend to bring the retro stuff back. So if you do like this, it may well come back in. So let's have a look at my top 10. Memory number 10 is having breakfast at Ohana at the Polynesian. Ohana is Stitch, so it's Lilo and Stitch based. The food is amazing. It is probably the nicest breakfast we had during our entire holiday in America, but you are also going there for the atmosphere, the character interaction. It's just so much fun. It's the funnest breakfast you're going to have in Disney World, in my opinion. One of the reasons why this particular character meal made it into my top 10 is because of how the cast members help you during this interaction. There is a point during the breakfast where you are invited by Stitch and Mickey to join them in a bit of a conga, going around the entire restaurant playing maracas that the cast members have come out and given out to the kids just before it happens. So if you are someone who does not appreciate a restaurant where kids are going to be walking around with maracas, this might not be the one for you. But for us with the little one, she was age 5 at the time, she absolutely loved it. However, it started with a little bit of a hiccup when they started the conga. My daughter didn't have any maracas and she didn't want to join in because she thought you could only join in if you had some maracas, which she didn't have. Our server for that breakfast kind of saw this moment and saw that that's the reason why she didn't want to join in. I saw him run from one end of the restaurant to the other, where the cast member with the basket of maracas was, who just accidentally missed her out. He got some maracas, ran back to the end of the restaurant where we were, gave them to Grace and said, "Mickey says, please would you join in?" And of course she would. Mickey's just asked her to through this cast member. So she jumps up, she goes to the back of the conga line and she has the time of her life going round and round. I couldn't thank that cast member enough at the end. It was turning what was a little sad moment for her into an absolutely happy moment. And that is why it fits in my top 10. Yes, the restaurant is amazing. Yes, the food's amazing, character interaction. But I've always found the cast members in there so lovely, so friendly. They want you to have a great time. And we definitely did. So memory number 9 is a little bit of an unusual one. It's a photo opportunity. This photo opportunity is the one where you get to hold the lights from Rapunzel. This always happens outside. It's known as the Tower Toilets, Rapunzel's Toilets. They are the most beautiful toilets in all of Disney World. They're in Fantasyland. And at night, the cast members will come out with a light that you can hold for a beautiful photo shoot. Now, you'll know through my videos that I pride myself on not waiting too long in lines. In this particular Disney World holiday, this was the longest line we stayed in. It was 40 minutes. So if I tell you that was the longest line at 40 minutes, I think you'll know that that's not too bad really. But it was the longest line, and people always laugh when I tell them the longest line I ever stayed in was for a photo op. But it's worth it. So it was the nicest photo op we had had. The cast members were lovely and they knew their stuff. They knew how to get you to stand exactly right as an individual, as a couple, as a family or a group to get the best shots. So if you line up for this one, please listen to them. Whatever they say to do it. You're gonna get some beautiful shots. I love this particular shot so much that I've used it as the main introduction page to my website, and it features quite a bit in my YouTube channel as well. It invokes so many memories. My daughter thought it was absolutely magical that she was getting to hold the light. You can see my hand is quite under the light because I'm a little bit worried that she's going to drop it. The cast members are telling me, honestly, don't worry about it. You know, that thing's indestructible. It'll be fine. I'm thinking, it's Rapunzel's light. I just want to make sure, you know, it's okay. We had the nicest evening, and you get to watch families having their photos taken as well, and they're making beautiful memories. So if you get the chance, I would really advise it. My number 8 top 10 memory is going to Pirates League with my little girl when she got to have the face painting experience to become a mermaid. So Pirates League at the time was like a slightly cheaper option versus Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, and it was a really fun option if little ones didn't fancy being a princess, if they wanted to be a pirate or they wanted to be a mermaid. For this particular day, we made sure that Grace, my daughter, had a little Ariel dress on, so I didn't have to go for the more expensive option, which included the dresses. And the face painting is really fun. They do what looks like scales on their eyes, gemstones, makeup, the works. Really fun experience. And when you're a parent or carer in there watching your little one, you get to sit and look at all the amazing details that is around the Pirates of the Caribbean area. It is amazing how many details they are. This experience wasn't just about doing the dress up. You have to become an honorary mermaid or pirate. And to do that, you do some fun things with the cast members in the different rooms that you go through. And at the end, you get to solve a little puzzle which opens up a treasure box. And in there you get, for pirates, it was a different thing. For mermaids, you got a special necklace and hair clip. They're beautiful. They're things that my daughter still treasures today. So you do tend to get lots of different little souvenirs around Disney World. Some of them, I couldn't tell you where they are right now. I'm sorry, Disney. But some of them, like this one from Pirates League, I know exactly where they are. They're special to us. We had such a lovely time. And straight after doing that experience, we went to do the meet and greet with Ariel in her grotto. Ariel loved that my daughter was a mermaid, and it made that interaction all the more special. She has her little sash on as well, which she wore with pride for that entire day. That evening, coming to take the face paint off was a little tricky, not because it wouldn't come off, because my daughter didn't want it to come off. So I have to confess, I did let her keep a little bit of it on until the next day. So she got her money's worth with that memory for sure. Memory 7 is in Hollywood Studios, and this was the Jedi Training. So I had seen quite a few vlogs and read tips about how to get on, because it does get booked up. The Jedi Training is for little ones to go and experience what it's like to become a Jedi. So you go along first thing in the morning to the back of the Indiana Jones area where you're going to register and put your child on. My plan was that we would register her for probably, I thought it would be later on in the day. They said, actually, you're just in time. If you can do it now, there is a spot open. Yes, brilliant, let's do it. At the time, she was dressed as Princess Leia, so she had her little Leia outfit on, but they do actually give you a Jedi robe, so actually don't layer up costumes too much because it was Florida, it was hot. I felt a bit sorry for her, but she didn't then want to take off the Leia costume. She wanted to keep that on and have her Jedi cloak, so it was absolutely fine. The cast members here are super friendly and engaging to the little ones as they go through their training. The first section of this is that you kind of form a bit of a parade route with the cast members who are going to take you back to the Star Tours area where you're going to actually do the training. So the kids are walking through doing chants with the cast members. It looks so impressive having all of them. And my daughter was chosen to hold the banner, which she thought was brilliant because she loves getting picked for certain things like that. So that was super fun for her. We get to the Jedi training area and I see what they've now got to do. And this one was actually fighting Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren, when you're quite close, actually looks quite scary. She's 5. I'm thinking, how's this gonna go? Not a problem. She thought she was a Jedi because she just had training from a Jedi. So she did it perfectly. She did all the moves she was supposed to do. And in that particular group, she's one of the smallest. So you get all these photos back on your Magic Pass. And honestly, I was so surprised at the determination in her face. She was going to battle Kylo Ren. She was going to win. And we loved everything about it. My husband, who's a really big Star Wars fan, I could see him watching this with such pride as his daughter took on the bad guy. So super fun to do and a memory that will last a really long time.
And I complete your training.
Not on my watch. Ready position. Left shoulder. And the other side. Stop. Let's get it. It's fancy with that one arm.
Memory 6 is all about Belle. So if you know me at all, you will know that Belle is my favourite character. And Belle is my daughter's favourite princess character as well. And I had a bit of a wish list when we went to Disney World, which was to get what I call the Holy Grail, the Holy Trinity of all the photos with Belle in her different dresses. So I had wanted to get the ball gown, the village outfit, and her Christmas outfit if I could, because we were going in what was the first week of the Christmas season. But it's rare. So this is what I wanted to do. And we managed to do it on this holiday, which is why those 3 things combined form a really fun memory for me. So I just want to talk you through how we got all 3 outfits and shop. So the first one is to go with Tales with Belle, the attraction show, where little ones get to interact with Belle and some of the cast members as they retell Belle's story from when she came to the castle. During this one, we did do it several times during the holiday because it's brilliant and my daughter loved it. I loved it. And in that one, Belle is in her ball gown. So we managed to get some lovely pictures of my daughter with Belle. And because we did it several times, we did this one where my daughter was in the blue dress, the red dress, and the yellow dress. So we got all 3 with this particular Belle just because it was easier to do. And we got some lovely photos, which was great. The next one is her Christmas dress. So the Belle Christmas dress is one of my all-time favourite Disney costumes. I think it's stunningly beautiful. Absolutely love it. But like I said, it's rare. You don't always get to see her. We stayed for a Christmas party one night and I had heard that sometimes she's in her Christmas outfit for that and sometimes she isn't. So I also knew where she was going to come out and what time. So we got there early and we were first in the queue. Love being first in the queue for a meet and greet, because the PhotoPass photographers come out and they need to practice and get all the lighting right for how they want it. And so you get loads of extra family shots because they tend to ask you to come up and help them do those shoots. So we had just done that, so we were getting more excited. I still wasn't sure what dress Belle was going to come out in. And she comes walking through Fantasyland in all her glory. She was stunningly beautiful. The dress was beautiful. I turned and I heard my daughter, she pulled me on the arm and she went, "Mummy, it's the dress." And I was like, yes, it's the dress. We were so excited. She may have thought we were a bit crazy because the first thing we said to her was, "We love your dress." Instead of "we love you," it was "we love your dress." But she was super fun. We had great interaction, and those photos of both of us, you can see in the picture, are just beaming because we're so happy. We can't get these silly smiles off our faces, but to get something that you're really looking forward to is special. And then for the blue village dress, this is in Epcot, in the World Showcase and in the France Pavilion. And here we were able to get that shot. This particular dress is going to feature later on in some more memories, so I'll keep that quiet for now. But Belle Holy Trinity, definitely a memory I'm keeping. Memory number 5 was dinner at the Be Our Guest restaurant. It was everything that I had wanted it to be. I had watched so many vlogs, so many reviews about this restaurant. It was going to be a big disappointment if it wasn't everything that I thought it was going to be. I didn't need to worry. It was amazing. The theming, the layout, the cast members, the food, everything about it was just spot on. There are 3 rooms. It doesn't actually matter too much what room you get in because you are allowed to go into the other rooms. All I would say is if you've got people in your party with sensory concerns, then the West Ring room might not be the best option, and just have a chat with the cast member because it is a continuous thunderstorm in there. It's fun, it looks great theming, but my heart went out to people who you could see that it was making them uneasy, and it's not how you want to be on your holiday. We managed to get a table in the main ballroom, which was the one that I wanted. And in this room at Christmas time, they put a huge tree up at the back window where snow is continuously falling. And this tree has a special place in my heart. I love Christmas trees anyway, and I love Beauty and the Beast, as you know. But years ago, back when Facebook first started, one of the first profile pictures I ever chose was a picture of this tree in Be Our Guest. I hadn't been to America at the time. I had no chance of getting to Be Our Guest, but I knew that one day I wanted to go, and it was a picture of Belle in front of the tree with the snow falling. So I'd had that in my memory from when I was young. And then when we went for dinner, my little girl went up to the tree and she was in almost the same position as Belle was. I quickly took a picture and I now adore this picture. It's my little girl as Belle in front of the tree, looking up at it in utter admiration. And then a few minutes after that is when you're allowed to go and meet the Beast. We met him, she danced with him. It was great fun. So Be Our Guest does not disappoint. Memory number 4 is all about Halloween, and we stayed for one of the Halloween party nights, and on these nights adults are allowed to dress up. There are certain restrictions around what you can and can't wear, which I did make sure that we'd gone through in detail before. If you want to wear a princess dress, you can. There's just certain things about them that you can't have, like they can't touch the floor, things like that. So as long as you keep an eye on those rules, you'll be fine. For this particular night, we went as an Ariel theme. So I was in village Ariel outfit. My daughter was in the green, beautiful dress that Ariel wears. And I forced my husband to dress as Prince Eric for it as well, which he, bless him, he did for us, because dress up like that is not his thing. But he knew it was important to Grace and I wanted some family shots. So from some research, I knew that Ariel and Eric were meeting together as a couple and doing a photo shoot. I knew where that was. I knew what time they were coming out. So we got there super early and we managed to be first in the queue. Again, as I said earlier, it's fun to be first in the queue because the cast member doing the photography tends to ask you to step into that space so that they can do some more shots. So you get some really nice family shots as well. The Ariel and Eric come out looking amazing together, and they're in awe that it's us stood there as them. They've been super nice to us, complimenting the outfits, saying how much fun it is to meet us, etc. They were just so kind and generous in what they were saying and the time that they spent with us. They were really nice to my daughter. Eric spun her round in her dress, and I love the photos we got. You can see we're having just a really fun time. The photo pass photographer was brilliant and just took loads of shots so that we got some of the time we were just chatting and having a nice time, as well as the staged shots. So it is an effort wearing costumes around Florida. I get that it's hot, and that wig got super hot by about 10:30. I had had enough of the wig. But walking around Disney World in a princess dress, definitely up there with my little girl and my husband in this particular interaction, was just so much fun. Memory number 3 is meeting the main man, Mickey Mouse, in his theatre right at the front of the park. So I had queued up. It was only a short queue, about 10 or 15 minutes with my daughter and husband to go in. And I hadn't actually shown my daughter any of the vlogs or videos around this particular meet and greet because I wanted it to be a surprise. We had taken her to Disneyland Paris quite a few times before the trip to America. And in all those meets in Paris, of course, you meet Mickey, but he doesn't talk. In America, he does talk. She was so surprised. The look on her face is just priceless. I loved interacting with Mickey. It's brilliant. He's super fun. And it was everything to see her so surprised that he could talk. That whole experience was just magical. There is something about the main man and having that interaction and time with him. It was just lovely. And we did it on a day when it was a really peaceful day. There wasn't too much going on. It was a nice crowd level, so we got plenty of time in there with him. They weren't rushing us. And when we walked out, she said, "Well, is there something wrong with Mickey when he's in Paris?" I quickly had to come up with something to cover this, and I said, well, in Paris he isn't sure what language you want him to speak, and that's why he doesn't speak, because he doesn't want to upset anyone. She totally accepted it and said, yes, that's quite right, that sounds like Mickey. So good memory. Memory number 2, so we're getting really close to my top memory. Thank you for staying to try and find out what that is for us. Memory number 2, it did come pretty close to number 1, but it just missed out. So number 2 was going to Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique for the first time. So it won't come as a surprise to you that the dress my daughter chose was Belle. So she had a Belle dress. I didn't buy it from America. I took it with me just because they are so expensive there. And she already had several Belle dresses, as you could imagine. So we took that out with us. However, the dress was a little bit too big for her. But the fairy godmothers in training that you meet, they clearly get that a lot, where parents like me are trying to make the most of their money and make these dresses last. She got 2 little elastic bands and in seconds made beautiful bows to bring the dress up a bit more, and it fitted so much better than what I had done and put it on her. So super grateful to the fairy godmother in training. This whole experience, from walking into the first shop bit where you go to going into the castle to the actual boutique, is stunningly beautiful. Everything about it, the details are spot on. They've really thought through what's important to little ones having this experience, and they tick every box. They are treated like an absolute princess. It's lovely, and it's a real pleasure to watch little ones go through this and have so much fun. So first of all, you'll go into the beautiful changing rooms and you're going to put the dress on. There's a little magical thing that happens there with the mirror. I won't tell you what it is because it's lovely to see it as a surprise. Once you've got your dress on, your fairy godmother in training takes you into the castle, into the boutique, and you sit on the beautiful pink leather and gold chairs. And from there, they will do your makeup, your nails, your hair, after you've chosen which hairstyle you want. During this time, I could see on my daughter's face that she was loving it. She was loving the little chat she was having with the fairy godmother in training. She was loving that the photo pass photographer was coming around taking shots during all the stages. She loved choosing, you know, what makeup she could have. She liked that element to it. When you're finished and after the pixie dust has been put on their hair, which is a lovely moment, and everyone claps them, you come out and you literally walk straight across the castle ground and you go into a photo pass area where a lovely photographer is there to take princess shots. And again, I don't know how they do this, but they get your little ones into the best positions to take some lovely, lovely shots that you can keep forever. The rest of the day was spent skipping around Magic Kingdom as a princess, and I let her do it. I have to say that on this day, the spreadsheet went out the window for a good couple of hours while we just let her enjoy the moment. So if you're going to do Bibbidi Bobbidi, don't plan too much after. Definitely go and do the photo shoot, that's great. But just go and let them be the princess around. Do more photos, do videos, do whatever you want. But it is an absolute memory to treasure.
Thank you very much. Great. And also your password is so many, so we'll do some additional clues. Okay, thank
Okay, so we've made it to number one. What is my absolute top best memory at Disney World in Florida? This memory comes back to something I started to talk about earlier when we met Belle in Epcot in her village dress in the France Pavilion in the World Showcase. So we had waited to meet Belle. We went up when it was our turn and my daughter had a gift for her. It was a rose with a tag saying how much she loved her and thank you for meeting with her. She gave her the gift. We had the nicest interaction, lots of photos, a lovely time. My daughter was in the blue village dress and I'd done her hair. We'd really put some effort into her look so that I could get some lovely photos. That was the ambition, that's what I wanted. As we walked out, the cast member that was with Belle, so the friend of Belle, came and found us and said, would we mind waiting a few minutes because Belle would like to just meet Grace again. Not a problem. Will I wait for Belle in the France Pavilion? Yes, I think I will. I would have waited a very long time to have seen Belle again, to be honest with you. So we waited just a few minutes while she finished meeting all the other children that were in the queue. And then Belle came skipping up to Grace, took her by the hand and said would she like to come for a walk with her so they could have a chat because she was so thankful for the rose. Here we go. Tears. I'm following them through the France Pavilion, which is it's beautiful. And my little girl is in full conversation with, I haven't seen her talk so much to an adult in so long. And she's having the nicest time skipping through. They're talking about the characters. They're talking about their favourite things about Disney World. They're talking about roses, about their favourite French food, all sorts of different things. And they're just going all around the French Pavilion. People are stopping, taking their own photographs. I love the pictures that we've got of them together. The kindness of those cast members for arranging that and doing that, and the photo pass photographer followed and did loads of extra shots as well, so I've got some really nice pictures. It was I couldn't thank them enough. through the tears. And we get to the point where Belle now needs to go off. She hugs Grace, thanks her again, gives her another last little wave as she goes. And Grace carries on skipping back to me and says how nice that was, how kind it was of Belle to take time to meet with her. That's it. Oh God, I'm in absolute floods of happy, happy tears in the middle of Epcot. Some other parents came up to me. They totally got it. They knew why I was upset and they were like, just stay in the moment, enjoy it. And we really did. She skipped along the rest of that day. It was everything you want from a Disney World holiday. That interaction, that special magic, something beautiful.
My name is Grace. Oh, isn't it lovely?
So there you go. You've heard all 10 top memories from me and my family from Disney World. I would love to hear what your memories are. Please share them with everyone in the chat group so that we can admire all the different experiences that everyone has had. Maybe it was a show, a ride, an interaction. Maybe you had some pixie dust while you were on a special holiday. Please let me know. If you've enjoyed this video and you want to see others and you want to hear how I did all the planning to achieve all those memories, then please subscribe, like the video, and if you want to visit my website, it's www.theplanningsguide.co.uk.